showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as we celebrate the latest edition of the Pro Bowl. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
This is a very special presentation of EA Sports and the National Football League as we come to you from the stadium where the legendary coach and our namesake John Madden once paced the sidelines. This is the Coliseum in Oakland, and it will play host to the annual AFC-NFC Pro Bowl, part of the Pro Bowl games. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
The best and brightest the league has to offer on display. The NFL Pro Bowl is underway. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The AFC heading out. A lot of stars to choose from over that conference, but their starter at quarterback, it's Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The coverage good that time by the NFC defense. Brings up 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. Now Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep to return is Marvin Mims. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. In motion, Hill. Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Mostert. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game. Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Jackson, and meanwhile a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Left side to Lamb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Purdy. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The AFC about ready to take over on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Jackson on first down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Not
trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Purdy. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
2nd and goal from the 1. Williams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. Diving touchdown. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jackson's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the AFC has retaken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They work now on 2nd and 9. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Mostert a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, Mostert. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out of here and take off.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they start the tight end on the left side of formation and send him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Play action. It's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buda Baker, the safety. He gets in from the secondary for the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly a disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And down he'll go at the 25. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. On first down, Purdy. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
But I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Purdy now to throw. And this will be incomplete.
I would say it might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers in the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy looking to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Back to the air on second down, Purdy. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they called the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignment. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. That is caught. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A handoff running left is Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him with no gain.
On second down, Jackson across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. They'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and 3. Jackson now. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy
completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Jackson to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Jackson will throw again. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Going quickly out to the right side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Purdy. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Throwing here, Purdy. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They go play action here. Purdy under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Well, on that one, they go with the play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part.
You actually have to sell this play. You got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Aubrey now for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The AFC offense making their way back out. The slot man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now it's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that?
Meaning a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up, probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is. Well, this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Purdy now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This will be fielded at the 17. There'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Dexter Lawrence able to bust 3 and get to the quarterback. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
2nd and a couple. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some same yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The AFC going to get the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Here's Jackson. He'll get this one to Kelce. That's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports halftime report. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Pass. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it with the 15. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that one results in 35 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. AFC touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC has once again taken the lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for two here. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Myles Garrett drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jackson on first down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gas, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Second down, here's Mostert again. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try to field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Lamb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A quick throw here out to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here, Purdy. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Touchdown! George Kittle from 17 yards out. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back out is the AFC offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They go play action now. Jackson. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired. And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second down, here's Mostert again. Oh, good move at the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Mostert will score. Touchdown AFC. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone. Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off. Tucker now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating. It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula? No, I just know the higher the number, the better. Yeah, that's what I've been told, too. That's what I know. I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw. Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say? Great defense. Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing. Now this one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A second down throw for Purdy. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's got his target. That's complete. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Touchdown! C.D. Lamb, a 20-yard touchdown. And the NFC has now cut it to within 1 score.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2nd and 10, here's Jackson again. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They go play action with Jackson on the move to his left. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw here complete to Kelsey. But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. First and 10.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's second and 7. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
So you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Tucker's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy, and they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On first down, it's Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Purdy off the play fake. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A give running left. It's McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Purdy now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Purdy. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Roquan Smith. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. CeeDee Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the NFC an extra point away from taking the lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. action. Now Jackson. It's caught. Cooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Jackson on first down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Now you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And Jackson throwing once more. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown! Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the AFC has taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 82 yards for him on the ground as he has been a bright spot for this NFC offense.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. Pass complete there to Nakua. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slide.
All the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. Now Purdy. And he's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play that time for the NFC. 43 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Swift will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown NFC. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set to go again, we got to look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a 2-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over. And now off to the races, down the right side. wide. How about this? He's to the 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 82 yards. And they were able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Tucker now to add the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. On first down, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Only a yard of a pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Purdy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The AFC set to take over on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it
And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Throwing is Jackson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in this second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity, and now he has a 100-yard game to show for it.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And this one will be brought back to the 22. A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
McCaffrey, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This is 3rd and goal. Throwing here, Purdy. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. CeeDee Lamb from 6 yards away. And the NFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here comes second down and 5. Throwing, Jackson. Into the hands of Cooper. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Jackson to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Here's 1st down. Here's Jackson. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Just over 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. A run with Mostert up the middle. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Mostert.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This to almost certainly win the football game. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Purdy with one final shot here. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.